Today, I'm going to give you a summary of the main things I've learned from Neville Goddard and Dr. Dyer. Basically, boil it down to its essence so you can use it today. Like right after you're done with the video, you can start using this and start living the life you want and start being the person you want to be. And it all starts mentally. You have to reverse engineer your life from where you want to be, the person you want to be, not where you are. People assume this is way more complicated and difficult than it actually is. And that's why everyone doesn't understand the huge power of just having the correct mindset, navigating, using that as a navigational aid through life instead of having a negative mindset. You have to embody the mental state of the person you want to be, as well as the physical state. So you need to act like that person you want to be right now. What would they do? What would their day look like? When would they wake up? What would their hygiene, skincare, and grooming routine look like? What kind of food would they eat? How would they dress? How would they interact with others? How would they feel about themselves? How would they react to stressful situations? What kind of information and content would they be consuming? And very importantly, what would they avoid? The answers to this list of questions cannot be based off of someone else, someone you idolize, whoever that may be, a parent, a celebrity, someone in your field that was a game changer in that field. Whoever you idolize, you can't search for that in that person. You need to look within. You need to look internally. You need to look into yourself, into your own soul, what the answers to those questions are. And everyone is different. Everyone's a different combinations of these things. And you need to think, what would their day look like? When would they wake up? What would their hygiene, skincare, and grooming routine look like? What kind of food would they eat? How would they dress? How would they interact with others? How would they feel about themselves? How would they react to stressful situations? What kind of information would they be consuming? And what would they avoid? These are the basic questions in this modern life. We have a lot of information coming at us all day long, and it's very hard to control that. And unless you're aware that you must control it, and you need to be very aware, conscious, and mindful of what you let into your mind in the first place. You need to be really careful what you let into your mind, because whatever you think about hardens into fact. You can revise history so that everything you have suffered can be considered a necessary stepping stone, and you don't regret it, and you don't feel bad about it, and you don't feel like a victim, but you view it as a stepping stone and learning experience. So you can revise history that everything that happened to you was for your ultimate benefit. And there's many examples in history of these type of people, like the founders of many companies. They had to fail many times. So like the founder of McDonald's, Ray Kroc, he was a failing salesman, and he had his ups and downs, and his career was never stable, but he had a dream, and he was willing to get out of his comfort zone, think outside the box, and think big, what his real dreams were. And he had the self-knowledge to know that he wanted to do something different. And when he saw the idea the McDonald brothers had of speedy service, instead of having to wait 40 minutes for your meal with silverware, having it in a package that can be thrown out after you're done, you have to think outside the box. They didn't have the concept of fast food back then. And he thought up a whole brand new concept because he had an idea, he stuck to it, and it came out of nowhere. It came out of him wanting to better himself in a situation and wanting to profit financially, and he saw someone else's idea and improved it and expanded it beyond the McDonald brothers limitations. So things, the right partners, the right people will come to you if you're open to it and you're looking and you're calm when things don't go your way and you persist onward and you don't let your failures bring you down, but view them as just the next step towards what you want. So it's the way you view failure. Walt Disney was not rich, I think, until he was after 50. Michael Jordan, I believe, didn't even make varsity basketball his sophomore year. And he kept on visualizing himself doing it. And that's not going to work for everyone, but deep inside of himself, in his bones, he knew he could do it. He knew that was his strength. He knew he could make it, and that's why he kept on visualizing it. And it's hard to separate what you really want and what's deep inside of you, and you knowing your own skills and your own weaknesses and matching that up to the correct thing. It's harder to do it when you don't have self-knowledge. What these people all have in common is that they had extreme knowledge of themselves and what they really wanted and what they deeply desired. And they were open and flexible in the ways of getting there, though. Like, they weren't stuck. That's another thing they all had in common, is they weren't stuck in the ways of getting there. They knew what they wanted, but they weren't rigid in the ways of getting there. They let the universe guide them, and they believed that the universe wanted it for them. There's a woman I know, she worked as a social worker her whole life, and she never probably made more than like 60 grand or 50 grand. But she owned a rental property. She always went on vacation. She had a cleaning lady. She always went out to eat. She went to plays. She traveled. She was always generous to others. So if you budget and if you plan and if you live mindfully and don't spend your money emotionally and don't spend your energy emotionally, this woman has had an amazing life, propping so many people up, even helping people financially and otherwise, investing, traveling, doing everything on what would be considered a very lower level salary. And she did it because she believed in that for herself, and she came from a family where they lived like that, where they always had help and they were always involved greatly in what they were doing and always helped other people and always maintained a certain way of life where they were willing to pay others well to clean their house so they could have a clean environment and other things. And she never denied herself those things. So don't deny yourself those important things that improve your life. So you have to invest in a cleaning lady, invest in a gym, invest in education and certification programs, whatever it is to make your quality of life better, and you know it in your gut. Don't be afraid to let your money flow and spend on that. And it's all based off of you knowing yourself and what you really want. So you can revise history. And all these people have learning curves where they suffered a great deal, but they didn't view themselves as victims. They didn't view themselves as lacking anything, as failures. They just viewed it as, oh, that's one more thing I have to learn. Good, I know it. Thank you for that lesson. And showing gratitude for the lessons in your life and accepting what's happened to you. And I know that's a hard sell, but you have to have gratitude. You can live the life you want if you use the power of your consciousness to guide your actions instead of fear and doubt. So, fear and doubt's going to be your biggest enemy during this time. And whenever anyone is trying to improve, there's going to always be setbacks. There's always going to be temptations. And the Bible says, the devil always comes for you when you're trying to do the right thing. So, and every holy book says that. So, you should expect it when you're trying to do right by the world and by yourself and by your family and by your community something will happen that will try to derail that, and when it doesn't happen, you should be grateful, but you should be ready for it, and you should know that the key is staying calm, being vulnerable, asking for the help you need, getting the help you need, not being afraid to invest in yourself and take risks. And fear and doubt is going to be your biggest enemy. And being desperate, doing actions in desperation, and in making emotional decisions instead of rational ones. So persistence in divine action without attachment to outcome and without striving is the key for getting there. So like, when you have a great idea, write it down. Have a plan for your day. Know how your day is going to go, and know how you're going to take the baby steps towards where you want to be. Know the answers to those questions I asked earlier and start living that way. So start dressing like the person you want to be. Start grooming yourself in the way the person like looking like the person that you want to be. And you need to carry yourself like that. And if someone wants to step into your house, even if you're alone most of the time, if someone wants to step into your living space, what would it look like? The person you really want to be. Someone who really respects themselves. What would it look like? So you have to ask yourself these questions. How would they carry themselves when they're out and about? How would they talk to people? Would they just go for what they want instead of hesitating? You have to ask yourself these questions. You have to see when the fear and doubt's creeping in, and it's a spiritual warfare, it's a battle. You need to beat back that fear and doubt whenever it comes in, and it will come in, and you have to expect it, and you need to, even if you need to talk it out loud, you need to get it out of there and continue on in spite of it. So it might be nagging in the background, but you need to continue. And there's going to be many things that don't go the way you think it's going to go. You need to view it as one more step towards where you want to be, and one more step towards learning and getting more experience. And it's just another lesson that's inevitable. So you need to accept what happens to you without an attachment to the outcome and without striving, which means doing things in desperation, throwing shit to the wall to see if it sticks. You can't do things emotionally out of desperation. Feeling it real and staying calm and in a constant state of gratitude will fight fear and doubt. And it's a mindset you must embody as much as possible. So feeling it real. Feeling the state of the wish fulfilled. Feeling the end. That's feeling it real. So it's not just about doing the actions. You have to feel it like inside of you that I am that person. It just hasn't transpired in this physical world yet. But I am the person I want to be. I am the business owner. I am in a healthy, loving relationship. I do have the health I want. I do have the body I want. You need to start embodying that person. And fake it till you make it a very real mentality to have. I know people knock it, but not fake it as in lying about who you are or where you're at or your current situation. No, you need to tell the truth about that to people. But I'm saying you need to start embodying the person you want to be. So dressing for the next level up. Dressing the way your boss would dress. Acting the way your boss would act. Or the person you want to be. And that doesn't mean wearing expensive clothes, but that means clothes that fit in that suit, that role that you want to play in, that are comfortable. It doesn't have to be expensive, but it has to fit well. Your beard has to be right. Everything has to be right, and that's important. You need to feel confident when you're walking out of that door. And you can't be afraid to ask and go for what you want when you see it in front of you. The universe will put what you want right in front of you. But if you don't have the work ethic and courage to take it when it comes in front of you, so if you don't have the courage to grab what you want when it comes right in front of you, like if you go out to a bar to meet people And if an attractive person comes right in front of you, and if you don't make your move, that's on you. The universe put it in front of you. You have to believe that you're entitled to it. So that's the mentality you have to have with everything, with money, with opportunities, with partnerships. The right people in your life will make all the difference. The right partner in romance as well as business. Having someone that fills in your weekends and that enhances your life in all aspects of life. Having a community that will enhance your life. The right people will come into your life if you just believe that. Creation is already finished. So everything that exists right now in this moment has already been created. So it's waiting for you. If you just believe that what's meant for you is coming soon and you're ready to receive, and you keep your environment and yourself ready to receive with all the things I previously talked about, it will happen way faster than you think. And when you can stay calm when things don't go your way, or when a major thing happens, or you get a diagnosis, or your car gets totaled, or whatever, if you can stay calm and persist in the feeling of the wish fulfilled and the feeling of the end and living in the end, if you can persist, that's the test from the universe that you're ready to receive. So calmness and gratitude and feeling it real in all situations. There will be fleeting moments of doubt and fear because the devil will always come from you for you when you're making progress. But you have to fight that. An important tool for keeping the right mindset is gratitude and affirmations. And there's different levels of this. If you're really not where you want to be and you're really far away and you're in a great deal of suffering, I would do more of these. If you're already more of in a fulfilled state and you're satisfied where you're at, I would use more gratitude for what you already have to get more of it. And do, like, you don't have to do as many of the affirmations if you're more satisfied where you're at, but some sort of affirmation and gratitude practice every day, I think it's essential for keeping consistent. And the consistency is the key with all this. The mindset, the paradigm in which you view the world, and the gratitude and affirmation, the consistency is key for all this, for it to work quickly. So you first thank the universe for what you see in your 3D world, and then you have to get detailed about that, like for every little thing. So that you have the food that you might really like, that your car is running, that you have a roof over your head. You have to be really basic in thanking the universe for that, thanking God for that, because a lot of people in this world don't have those things, so you have to show gratitude for that. So you have to be thankful for that. Show gratitude for what you have in your physical world, maybe through keeping a journal, or you could just say it in your head or say it out loud, but you have to show gratitude in some way to the universe. Then you do the generalized ones, which are more affirmations. This is the one I use, and this is inspired by Neville, Joseph Murphy, and I think Wayne Dyer mentioned this too, but these are very common, and it's from that whole law of assumption community. Neville, Wayne Dyer, and Joseph Murphy. So this is the one I use for wealth and money. Large amounts of money come to me easily and quickly in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis in the best interest of all. So repeat that out loud for 10 minutes every morning or in your mind. Either way, it doesn't matter, but you really have to focus. And this is the one that I use for love. I am so happy and grateful that love comes to me easily and quickly in increasing quantities from multiple sources on a continuous basis in the best interest of all. So the same one. You can do the same one. Memorize this line. And for health, I say, Thank you that my loved ones and I are healthy. And we all are healthy right now, and I'm very grateful for that. So I'm very grateful for that, and I say that a lot every day. Whenever I think about it, I just think it in my mind that I'm very grateful that we're all healthy. So health, love, and wealth. I just gave you the affirmations, and I'll put some information below, some notes about the show and everything for you to go over it, to make your own routine for this. And this is key. Doing these affirmations is key. And if you really want to take it as far as you can, and this has gotten me really big results quickly, and you might not have the same results, but it's got me results within 48 to 72 hours, like in 2 days. Like when I was going through a lot of issues, I used to sleep with the affirmations on. And Brian Scott's YouTube is the best for this. So YouTube Brian Scott, and then whatever you want to search for affirmations, and you're going to search for the 8-hour sleep meditations. So sleep with the affirmations on. And also when you first wake up in the morning, you need to devote 10-20 minutes to doing the affirmations and doing gratitude. That's a non-negotiable. Is doing the gratitude and affirmations first thing in the morning and in the evening. And that will get your neurochemistry and your vibrations right for the day. And you can start your day right. You have to make all this a part of your routine. Consistency is going to push you forward way faster. And this is the very basics. I'm just boiling down the very basics of what you need to do to start on this path. There's so much you can add to it, but I don't want to overwhelm you. I want to make you be able to come up with a real plan to get where you want to be in the quickest way possible. And I'm doing this because I care, and it's a labor of love. I love you guys. I care about you guys, and I really want to help. I really want to help you end your pain, live a fulfilling life, be satisfied every night when you go to bed, be excited to wake up in the morning. I want the best for you, and that's why I'm giving you my best for free. If you need coaching and consulting, you can book an appointment. Just email me and we can find a mutually convenient time, and I can help you after learning about your individual needs, wants, desires. We can come up with a realistic plan to get you where you want to be, and you'll have some accountability. So I'm here for you. But I really do love you, and I really want you to try and help yourself. You know, if people only come to coaches and consultants when they're desperate and whatever they've done has not worked and their existing support systems can't support them and they just have no other choice and they're usually desperate. I don't want you to get desperate. I want you to learn this right now. 25-minute video for the rest of your life. Get back your lost years. Make it all mean something. Make all of your pain mean something. And I'm giving it to you for free. I'm giving you my best for free. So try and implement this and see how it goes. And I've just boiled down the teachings of some very wise people for you. So you can use this 25 minutes for the rest of your life. And if you're having trouble implementing this, and if it's not happening for you after trying it, give me a call. I'll take care of you. We'll get it done. Or not give me a call, give me an email. And I really do care about you, and I want you to implement this with or without me. And I want the best for all of you. So you have a great day. I love you all. God bless.